Milo from CPAC and canceled his book. I warned y'all this morning it was going to be an organized media hit against him. They realize they can't get away with calling him a homophobe since he's gay. They can't get away with calling him a racist since he dates black people. They can't get away with calling him a fascist because actual fascists shut him down. So let's now call someone who was molested by a priest a pedophile because he made a joke about it. 3 years ago, by the way, the piece they're ripping out is from, I think it's the first appearance of Milo on Joe Rogan's podcast. So, if you're a Milo fan, none of this was new. Milo got molested by a priest as a kid, and he made a joke about how if he didn't get molested by the priest, he wouldn't give such good head. And now the media is saying he's endorsing pedophilia. And it's another MSM lie. It's the same shit with PewDiePie when they started calling him a Nazi, and that didn't work. So I guess the next Nazi is pedophile, which is really ironic given the fact that none of these people said shit about the crap going on in John Podesta's emails, you know. It's unfucking believable. We live in a state now, in a world now, where censorship is so rampant. I've never seen it like this before, at least in my lifetime. If the PC police don't like what you have to say and you don't fit into their, shit, i.e., if you're a conservative gay man like Milo, they really hate you. You don't fit it. You got off the Democratic plantation. They really hate you, and they gotta punish you for that. It's unfucking real. It's a smear campaign. And if I were Milo, I would be suing them all for libel, slander, all that great jazz. And part of me wants to say fuck you, CPAC, for not standing up for him, but I kind of get why CPAC would want to uninvite. I don't know. Look, I'm a fan of Milo. I don't 100% agree with everything he says. I will defend to the death his right to say it. I more enjoy his taste in costumes than anything else. But who was the gay Californian who spoke at the last CPAC? I can't remember his name, but he got a lot of shit. And the Republican Party has always kind of had an image issue with the gays. And I've always known gay conservatives, but, they never really got representation. It kind of happened since the Republican Party is also a Christian fundamentalist party at times half the time. This was the closest chance they would ever get to, look, we're not homophobic, look at us, and they just uninvited. Now I guarantee you the media is going to be CPAC uninvites only homosexual speaker. They're going to turn this around now on CPAC. I guarantee it. And then they're going to go after Simon & Schuster, or Siegel & Schuster. Simon & Schuster was the guys who made Superman. For canceling his book, which they're lost. That thing was at #1 for a while, especially after the Berkeley riots. That would have made them some money. But, yeah, I guess we finally found what is needed to take down Milo. And it's not really taking him down. He's getting more and more people watching his videos on YouTube, subscribing to Facebook. He put an entire long letter out about this. I highly recommend going and read it. You can just find it on his Facebook. Maybe he even put it on his blog, but this is fucking ridiculous. And MSM's blatant lies are getting more and more daring every day, Like how long until... I'm trying to think how long until they start going against... I was going to say how long until they start going against, women, but look what they did to Melania at the Trump rally on a Saturday. They made fun of her for her accent. Oh, you're so tolerant of immigrants. By the way, she speaks 5 fucking languages. How many do any of you speak? Just 1. That's what I fucking thought. I mean, if you want to make the... I have no problem with, cracking jokes or anything, but it fucking bugs me when, liberals who preach to be the most tolerant people, the people who scream, no borders, no nations, no fascist deportations, then go around and make fun of an immigrant because because you can't speak English. They don't care about, being PC or being good. They just want to shame people who don't fall into their little boxes. They're the modern day equivalents of the church lady clutching her purse every single time she sees kids playing D&D or listening to Metallica or any of that shit. and they think it's trendy and cool, but they don't realize they're just being censorist fascists. But good job. You're going to give Milo way more attention, and I guarantee, I highly recommend everyone go find the Joe Rogan podcast Milo was on. It was his first appearance on Joe Rogan, where he tells the story. And listen, and make your own decision. Maybe you thought it was a little bit too risque to make a joke like that. You know, maybe you think he is a pederast because he said he enjoyed giving head to an older man when he was 14. Jesus Christ, Milo. And he even said later that he was making a shock humor joke because that's the only way you can cope with the tragedy that happened. I never thought I'd see the left victim blaming someone who was molested as a child, but go figure. Anyway, Milo, we'll keep fighting for your right to say all the stupid bullshit you say. Regressive left, stop trying to censor people. You just end up looking stupid. CPAC, Siegel and Schuster, I'm very disappointed in the two of you, but I can understand your business decisions, you know, it's a free market. Maybe the Milo book wasn't going to make the money that they were saying on Amazon, you know. But this is the world we live in now. If you don't fall into the if you don't fall into the left paradigm, and you're not out in the street screeching, "He is not my president," you know, hate will not define us or divide us or any of that bullshit, you're a Nazi at this point. I mean, I know I made a post earlier today about YouTube called me anti-Semitic, but I get called anti-Semitic all the fucking time for being a Trump supporter. Don't you know he hates Jews? All of his grandkids are Jews. All of his kids marry Jews. One of his daughters converted to Judaism. He always brags about his big, beautiful grandchildren, my beautiful Jewish grandchildren. And he had Bibi come on and vouch for him. The man's not a... I have a feeling that now, because they realize that the anti-Semitic thing doesn't work, the fascist thing, the Nazi thing, it's not working, I have a feeling they're now going to go for pedophile. Which is very weird, considering that... And I know I'm going to get a lot of shit from Democrats for saying this, they're going to call me a Pizzagator. But hey, read John Podesta's email, read some of the really fucked up art, look at some of the fucked up art his brother has hanging in his house, and try and tell me those motherfuckers aren't pederasts. I don't think anyone who has read John Podesta's emails, like, actually sat down and read them, can say with truth that he's not a pedophile monster. But it's fine. They lost now. So they're okay. Now we gotta demonize a guy who got molested by fucks like John Podesta. Fuck you, John Podesta. The fact that you're not in jail is so disgusting. John, if you're listening, can you please explain to me what that email about getting in a hot tub with a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old is, and an 11-year-old, and how, they've been prepared for you, what that means exactly. Let's talk about all the fact that there's FBI-known pedophilia code all over your emails. We know what you mean when you say walnut sauce, buddy. Alright, we know you're talking about little brown kids from, like, India. Which, shame on you for poaching children and being that racist to call them walnuts. These people, they try... My finger's blocking it. They try to be a lighthouse to show us all the right direction, and they're the most despicable fucks in the world. So, Milo, we're on your side. We'll go after the real pedophiles. Believe me, now that Sessions is in, you're seeing all these pedo rings being constantly busted up. Ooh, it's only a matter of time before these schmucks get wrapped up, because you know they're all... Everyone in that David Brock, John Podesta little circle, we know what you're up to. We've read your fucking emails, and we've seen the goddamn creepy-ass artwork you people have hanging in your house. Alright? I'm not one of those people saying... The ping pong pizza thing was all to misdirect away from the creepy shit in the emails and focus it on some random pizza place. I don't buy that ping pong pizza has a secret sex dungeon. Especially since it doesn't have, like, a basement like everyone says. But I dare you to read those emails and not come away believing, holy shit, there's a goddamn government circle of pedophiles in Washington. You're gonna see those fuckers get arrested over time. And hopefully they don't go around and call their victims, pedophilia endorsers. These people are so fucked. I pray for this country every day. Good luck, Milo. You're gonna need it, because you were in the spotlight before. Oh, we're gonna be the goddamn crosshairs now. Thank you, and God bless.